Hi, this is Shannah, and this is a new pick a card reading. This one on what needs healing. So we're going to see what you need healing in order to move forward in your life, in order to fulfill your purpose, your soul's intention, your heart's desire. Now we have here 3 piles in front of us, and we have pile number 1 with the lapis lazuli. We have pile number 2 with the black obsidian, and we have pile number 3 with the clear crystal. Now I'll repeat the number of the piles again. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Take your time to choose your pile, and I'll see you in a couple of moments. Now, if you chose pile number 1, this is your reading with the lapis lazuli. So I'll put it here. So let's start. First of all, we have the 10 of air. It's like the 10 of swords. Then we have the Queen of Earth in reverse. Then we have the 4 of fire, like the 4 of wands. And the Queen of Earth is like the Queen of Pentacles, over here in reverse. And then we have the 7 of air, like the 7 of swords. In this deck, the cards have a slightly different meaning. And the oracle cards, I'll put them up in a second. Let's start with the tarot cards here. Now, what you want, let's start with that. Let's start with the 10 of air. It's actually finishing a cycle. It's something, bringing a phase of your life behind you and starting a new one. But because it's swords, and as you know, swords are not easy. The swords, they pierce into the heart of the matter, and they open up wounds, and so things can resurface as you go into this transformation process. And for me, like, I have always the feeling, especially with the 10 of swords, it's like they pierce really, really deep, and they can go even to taboo zones. Taboo in this case doesn't have to be anything sexual, but here is like some things that, with taboo, I mean things that you weren't allowing yourself to face or to look at or even to see as the cause or root of your problem. Why am I saying this? Because of the next card, the Queen of Earth in reverse. Now, the Queen of Earth, although all the queens are a representation of the Empress, of the Divine Mother, the Queen of Earth is very similar to the Empress because it's very nurturing, is very caring. It takes care of you, or she takes care of you. And so in reverse, there's something here that went missing, so to say, or is a lack in your life, especially as a child, even as a baby probably, and growing up. And for me, and this may be a bit difficult, so please keep an open mind and, adapt it to your own story. But for me, this is the mother, but it was the mother that wasn't a mother. I don't know, maybe this mother was absent for any reason, or this mother wasn't able to nurture for any reason. Maybe this mother was also, hurt in a way that cannot share love with her children. But the thing is, the mother figure here plays a major part. And for some of you, it's like, then it's very difficult for you to connect also with your divine feminine. Even if you are a male, it's very difficult for you to connect with your feminine side, be it like with your inner energies, or be it with the outer energies with women. You may have, either you're a woman or a man, but you may have difficult relationships with women, especially if they are in a power position, like they have authority over you. They could be your boss, or could be, you know, a doctor, whatever. You find it difficult with women because of your mother figure, because of your relationship to your mother or a mother figure. It doesn't have to be necessarily the mother per se, but someone who's actually was supposed to nurture you, someone who was supposed to take care of you, especially as a child. And this didn't happen. And I don't think that was malevolent for the most of you, at least. It wasn't malevolent. It was not being able to, you know. Maybe it was this person wasn't able to be physically present at all, or most of the time. Maybe, for instance, you had a working mom and you had to spend the whole day somewhere else with other people, right? So the mother couldn't be there for you when you needed her, or this person was emotionally unavailable. And what's interesting here is, for instance, if the case is the mother wasn't emotionally available, I'm getting like the message that look to your relationships. Could it be that you also get often involved or in love with people that are emotionally unavailable, because it's like something you know? And the thing is, because the mother, you imprint on the person who's taking care of you, you imprint on your mother, but not in the romantic sense, like for some of you may know of the movies Twilight. I'm not meaning that. I mean, imprinting adds the sense, this is the person I'm going to, you know, going to take as an example. This is the person who's going to show me how the world works. So be it by example, be it by word. And so because this person is hurt, this person is not able to fulfill the mother role, you know, the protector, the nurturer role, because they're hurt, because they're also blocked by not worked emotions. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You are like, what I feel here is like you got this message as well. You got the message that life has to be hard. You had to get the message that expect the worst, expect people to backstab you, expect people to not be there for you, expect yourself to be alone. And I find it interesting because this angel here is losing feathers and looking at the sky. Actually, is playing with the feathers, but it's also like, for some of you, the feeling I get is like, because there was like a strange or a not healthy relationship with a person that should be nurturing you, it's like you also have a suspicious relationship with God. It's like you don't really believe that God is there for you, or that God will catch you when you fall. But this is interesting in the sense that that's actually not your nature, your real nature at all. This is your nature. You are a 4 of fire. You probably don't know. You probably think you're a swords type. You probably think you're like a more sad or introspective, you know, and you're all that. But this is your innermost nature. You're the 4 of Wands. You know, like with the tarot reading, especially online, they all say tarot is the soulmate, the twin flame, the marriage card, the celebration. Yes, you are. But the 4 of fire is a lot more than a twin flame. You know, in romantic readings, it's really nice to hear that. I like to hear that too. But it's a lot more. So this is where family comes together. This is where friends come together. This is celebration, having fun. And this is your nature. You have a fun nature. And this is also a card of creativity. You are creative. You are fun. You are full of life. You want adventure. Actually, you are the spark of life. You're full of passion. And you want to taste everything that life has to offer. You want to go everywhere. So probably, for instance, you are someone who likes to watch I'm getting the pictures of Instagram. Yeah, of Instagram pictures of other people traveling and seeing exotic places. You love to see that. But somehow you're not the one taking the pictures. You're not the one being there, because I think from these cards here, you've inherited the fears also of your parents. In this case, of your mother. It could be that your mother, because of her hurts. And remember, nothing that I'm saying here is malevolent in any way. Then I say mother, take it as a mother figure. It could be also someone else who was taking care of you. It doesn't have to be the mother per se. It's a person that you kind of had more contact with or were more related to. And you actually also inherited their fears or their mistrust in life. And this is keeping you from living your true self, from expressing your true self, and to go down into the world and just, share your beautiful light. And you have 4 of them here. And it could be that 4 is also your number. Maybe you like the number 3 because it's very creative, but 4 is your number. I'm getting that. 4 is a very significant number for you. It's something that resonates with you very strongly. And here with the 7 of air, usually the 7 of swords for me is the thief in the night, the being secretive and being this. Usually the 7 of swords can really be malevolent, but not in this case, not in this deck. What he says is here is having the courage to be yourself and not to hide anymore behind masks. You could be that you feel or you felt for very long that you have to hide this joy, this passion, this spark, and you have to adapt to your surroundings so that people also don't find you menacing and people won't mistreat you. That's what I'm getting as well. It could be that, for instance, this maternal figure couldn't deal with your light as well, and one way or the other, unconsciously or consciously, you're always trying to put it out. And in order to protect yourself, you started wearing a mask, but by wearing this mask, you started living also a life that is not yours. And now you're deciding to quit all this, to put all this behind. And one of the steps, what I'm getting here, is also forgiving this mother figure, understanding it, sending her love, giving her love, but making this decision of separating your life stories. You don't have to take over this life story. That's her responsibility alone. She's the one who has to get out of that. You can help by giving her love and being there for her, but not by refusing to be yourself and live your light, right? That won't help anyone at all. And at the least, it won't help you in the least as well. And you are here to share this light. You're here to bring love to the world and bring fun and laughter and beautiful things, and to discover and rediscover life all over again every time and full of freshness. This is you, and this is where you want to go. So there's a lot of forgiving and a lot of clarity to be gained here, especially for you, in the sense that separating the waters, put it that way, this is your life and I love you very much and I'll help you any way I can, but this is my life. And I also have the feeling that the moment you really embrace your light and live your life, you are then able to heal this person, because this person may, so not a guarantee, but may feel inspired by your light and by your courage. Okay, now let's see the oracle cards. Now we have legacy of light. This is exactly what I was saying. Legacy of light, although this sounds very positive, but there's a downside. It can be also a legacy of darkness, in the sense, like I was saying, you take over the fears of the ones that came before you. It can be the storyline of your family. My grandparents suffered in the war, so we are not entitled to be happy. It sounds now very simplistic, but it's actually what it's all about. It's like feeling guilty for what our ancestors went through in the past, or that we should do things a certain way because that's what is expected of the family and of the ancestors. It's always been like this, and this is how we are. The thing is, you can turn all this darkness into light and break the storyline, a storyline that's imprisoning a whole generation of your family, right? And you have now the opportunity of breaking that cycle, is without hatred, without pointing fingers, without bitterness, just loving these people a lot. But it's like, this is your story, and I'm going to honor our story by living my life and creating a new story, so that the new generations then that come don't have to carry that burden. You free yourself, and you free actually the whole of the generational karma. This is beautiful, actually. This is really deep. Okay, so then we have karmic grace. Again, like I was saying, karma. And again, we have number 7, number 19. 19 can be, and 7, they can be very important numbers. You know, I didn't mention the 7 or the 10, but, you know, see the numbers. Some of them can be very relevant. Somehow the 4 really stood out to me, but because it's you, and because it's you, it's the 4, so I found it very related. And okay, karmic grace. Again, this is like this card is telling you that you're being helped, and actually they're being supported through transformation, and that's why this karmic grace. And this transformation is not easy. Maybe for some of you it will be a bit easier, but for the most of you, letting go of this belief system that has been passed down through generations, it's not an easy task. And you're being watched closely by your ancestors and by your guides, your protectors. They're all there with you, and they're supporting you along the way. Also in the knowledge that you have to do this on your own. But they'll be there with love. They'll be there with help and relief anytime you need them. So it's very important that you know this as well. But you're changing the karma of a whole family just by deciding to be yourself. So don't take this responsibility as, oh, this is a burden, changing the karma of a whole family. No, this is actually something joyous, because you just have to choose yourself. This is as easy as it gets. You just have to choose yourself. But by saying that, although it's easy to choose yourself, but carrying it out and really making that choice every second of the day, you know, when you're confronted with any new decisions, new choices, new opportunities, and you constantly have to choose between fear and joy, between fear and new opportunities, between fear and the unknown. It sounds easy when we say it, but when the programming runs deep, it's very difficult to create a new, to override it and create a new program. I'm using now like IT language, and I have no idea about IT, but I think it makes sense, okay? And then we have the card here, the all-encompassing hand. Now, this is so, so beautiful. When I saw the card the first time in this context, I almost cried because it's so beautiful. Remember here, makes totally sense with this card here, because I was telling you, like, you feel apart from God. You feel like separated from God. You mistrust God. It's not a question if you believe. It's not a question if what you know, and probably, you know, you felt the presence of God many, many times, and it has helped you through many a thing, but it's like you still mistrust it, and you feel alone. You can actually have this feeling you have to do all of this alone, because that's the programming. My mother isn't there. Oh, this is so sad. Oh God, my mother isn't there. You know, and that this is the earliest bonding. This is the earliest bond you create, is to your mother, is the first one, is the bond of trust. And your mother represents the universe, right? Because she's the first bond, she's the first contact, she's your first protector. And for any reason, she's not able to give you that trust, to give you that feeling of, sorry, I'm getting emotional, oh God. Just give me a second. then your whole relationship with the universe, although you know it's loving, although you know it's there, and it's not a question of believing, it's a question of not believing that they will be there for you, right? Because you know your mother exists, right? But not believing that she'll be there for you, or knowing she can't be for any reason. Like I said, it's not anything that is not done in bad faith. I don't believe that. But this card then comes and tells you, you know, you are always loved. And I find it so, so beautiful, because it's the all-encompassing hand. It's like the universe. And this is like a hand, you know, and you being your light. Look here, she's sleeping here, and there's this angel. I don't know if you can see it. And there's this angel here. And then your light, you're being protected, you're being carried, you're always being taken further. And this is really important for you to understand. I know it's difficult for some of you because you're not used to feeling like that, but a part of you, like deep down inside, knows this, that you're protected, that you're loved along the way. And the card here is inviting you to really let it in, to let the hand of the divine into your life, into your heart. Because the universe wants to lend a hand. The universe wants to love you in every way possible. And you just have to let it in. And it's just your mistrust, which is grounded, you know, regarding your experiences in life. But this is really saying, no, we're always with you. We're always protecting you, and we'll be there with you no matter what. Which is really, really beautiful. So the cards are saying you can be yourself. You can trust life. You can start partaking in all of the adventures that life has to offer. You can go. This is the green light, because we have your back. Isn't that fantastic? The universe has your back completely. It's really beautiful. And then we have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Of course, this is love, but it's also saying, and I would say that it's okay, for instance, that this is a love card. I don't know why I felt compelled to use this deck as well, because many of you ask about love as well. And like I was saying earlier, because if the one, your first bonding, or the first person you bond with is emotionally unavailable for any reason, then it can be that the partners you then seek may fall into this category as well. But the cards are saying, hey, stay optimistic, because you're changing this, you're changing your programming, and you're opening up to the universal love. You're opening up your heart to other possibilities and to life itself, to this beating drum that our heart responds to. And you are opening and responding, and you are now entering the joy of life. And it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 17 and you can be 75. It doesn't matter. It's never too late to have fun. It's never too late to have the inner child letting, guiding the way, and be a bit mischievous and have fun with life and try things out. It's never too early. It's never too late. It's really beautiful, because that's what life is all about: creating, experiencing, and having fun. So pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you, and I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 2, this is your reading with the black obsidian. We put it here. There you go. We're starting with the tarot cards. And then we have the Hierophant, number 5. Then the Chariot, number 7. Then we have the Page of Water. And the 7 of Earth. So, we also have oracle cards, but I'll go into them a bit later. Now, what I see here, and I'm starting first with the Chariot, right? because it's where my attention is going to first. But I'm seeing here an urge of moving forward and of going your own way, and also going away from something. But the thing is, interesting enough, although it's a chariot and it means movement, it's not really moving. It's not really moving, and the horses are also very quiet. And it's like just posing. Of course, this is a card, but still, it's like the wish of moving, but not really moving. Something is stopping you. And usually the chariot also means like opposing forces, bringing harmony to opposing forces, like the white horse and the black horse. And here the black horse looks away. And it's like there are two contradictions, or there's one contradiction. There are two sides that are not really coming into harmony, and it's like something that is bothering you, something is keeping you from moving forward. Now, because we have the Hierophant here, is like the feeling I get is like you grew up in a very conservative environment. Conservative in the sense that it has very strict rules. And there are like really expectations, specific expectations towards you, that you should do things a certain way. And it hasn't really bothered you until now. It's like you really fitted in, and you even thought that's how the world was. And, you know, you're not expecting seeing things differently anytime soon. That's what you thought at that time. But you are this page of water. You're very innocent. You're very childlike. You're not childish. This is a big difference. You're not childish. You are childlike. So you're very curious about the world, and you like to make new experiences and try new things out. And you're very passionate as well, but in a kind and sweet way. And you want to try things out, like, okay, for instance, this is a silly idea, but maybe for you it means something. It's like, okay, Jesus could walk on water. I'll try it myself. Maybe I can too. But it's not because you're being arrogant. You just find it fun to do that and try things out. You see, that's just an example, a silly example, but that's what I mean. And the thing is, it's like you've grown out of a certain situation. Because we have the page of water as well here, and the Hierophant can even be like a relationship as well. If like, this is really now a bit specific. It wasn't supposed to be about love itself, but you've grown out of a certain relationship, and you're expected to commit fully to it or to stay committed, but you're not sure because of the Seven of Earth. So here in this deck, the Seven of Earth is like the Seven of Pentacles, is about making decisions, and really asking yourself if you want to do things like you've done till now, or if you want to do them completely different or differently. And so what needs healing here is actually having the courage to go your own way. If allowing yourself to break free from a convention, or like a paradigm, or like expectations and tradition. Yeah, tradition is a better word. Breaking free from tradition and doing your own thing, going your own way, trying something new. And it could be in any level of your life, but it's something like, what I get here is like, you're not allowed to, there's something keeping you to do what you really want to do. And what you want to do, it's really promising. It's really, like, will fill you with joy and bring a lot of success as well to your life, because the Chariot is a card of success. It's a card of movement forward. And this, but still you are stopped, because it's like, I think you're afraid of what other people will think, especially here with the Hierophant, because you're breaking with tradition and you're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of being left out, or being thrown out of a community or a group, or, you know, you're afraid of upsetting people, and you're afraid of not being loved, you know, because of your decisions. But your decisions are, you know, are very pure. So there's no harm in them. There's no evil behind them. You're just not, you still don't have like the courage to really stand up to the consequences that may come from such a decision. That's what I would say right now. But the thing is, the only thing you have to do here, if I dare say so, is just to open your heart, right? Just to open your heart. Where it comes from, to open your heart. Oh, I see. Okay, because here of the Chariot as well. I see. Okay, so let's go on, and I'll show you this other perspective from this theme. The thing is, could it be that some of you are afraid of driving? This is very specific. Afraid of driving, be it a car or ride a bicycle or even ride a horse, something, you know, anything that propels you further, you know, that drives you, you know, being behind the wheel, being in control. I see. Okay, because the thing is, this is also a fear of taking control of your life. Because here, especially if there's a fear of driving, or, you know, like afraid of taking certain risks, it's because you've tried it already. This is for some of you, so remember, this is collective, so stay open, bear with me. Some of you have tried it already, be it driving a car or a bicycle or something, or doing something that really propels you in the right direction, but something went wrong. So you fell off your horse, for instance, right? But you couldn't get back up. You didn't try. You just coiled with the fear and you didn't try again, which is a common mistake to make, you know, but the problem is it becomes a real fear after that. And I think that's what you're dealing with right now, is a fear of, you're dealing with the fear of movement forward, be it like really moving an object like a car, a bicycle, a motorcycle, whatever, or, you know, moving your life. You know, it's very symbolic for both, moving forward. Although you want to, because you have this playfulness, you want to see the world, you're very curious, and you're very open-hearted, but there's like a thorn. It's a thorn, you know, and you still weren't able to take it off, and that's what you can work now. And then here the Hierophant, because I was actually seeing the Hierophant as is really this tradition, patriarchal, and, you know, like, although it's a lady here, but very, very strict. But the thing is, this is also what can help you, not because of the tradition, but because of faith, because the Hierophant is also about faith and trusting the connection with the divine. And this is, then we have here, interesting enough, is like, it's a bit similar with the pile number 1, although it's a totally different subject, but it's also here a lack of trust in God, lack of trust in the universe, you know, because you got a really bad experience, and this made you doubt, you know, that you're really protected. And the way to heal this is regaining this trust, not distrust, but this trust in the universe, and through opening your heart, coming back to the innocence, you know, coming back to the innocence that you are, with this, like a child, when a child runs through the forest, is not thinking about, oh, something happened, something can happen. It's like just having fun, right? Having fun and being in the moment. That's it. We got it now. And to get this trust back into your life, you have to be in the moment and not be just in your head, should I not? And will it go okay or not? Because that's then the conflict with the two horses here. And you're just stuck. You want to go, you want to travel, you want to try to walk on water, you know, try the impossible just because it's fun. And without hurting yourself, of course, but you're kind of stuck. This is what I'm getting. You're kind of stuck. Let's see what else we get. Maybe we'll get other perspectives as we move along. Then we have the oracle cards. Then we have 45, Pandora's gift. And then we have 36, Ascended Master, Mataji, and Crimson Cupid. Relief and Repair, Crystal Masters, 333. And then we have number 27, the Angel Rasbar. Now it got really dark. I'm using natural light. I hope the light comes. The sun's coming back. Okay. And then we have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. It doesn't have to be romantic here. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. Now, with Pandora's gift here, this is very interesting because it's really like this card is all about doing your own thing and not really, paying too much attention to, to the guilt or to the fear and to what other people try to tell you and to bring you down if it's criticism and so on, because this could be also, like I said earlier, one of the fears. And again, what we have here is a lot of curiosity, and you want a new life, you want adventure, right? But what is keeping you is this guilt or this fear. But the thing is also here, let's go back here a second, with the Chariot, is if you fall, you have to get up. You will have to get up. And you can get up again and try again anytime. Okay, I'm getting this song from Aaliyah. I hope you still know who Aaliyah was, a singer, and she had this song, If at first you don't succeed, I'll try again. If at first you don't succeed, get up and try again. This is your song. If at first you don't succeed, get up and try again. And this is Pandora is telling you, right? And because Pandora was creative and very curious. And okay, she opened that box and she was criticized, but in that box there were also many good things, right? And it's not a question of guilt. It's not a question I've done something wrong, because I have the feeling also, this feeling of doing something wrong, of not, being a good girl or a good boy, yeah. Of criticism. I'm coming back to criticism, bringing you down. And that's what's happening now. So you're getting free from that guilt. You're getting free from those fears. You are breaking free, for those who identify more with the side of being bounded by tradition or being limited by certain viewpoints of a certain community. You're breaking free from that. Actually, you're rebelling. This is more like the rebel pile. You're rebelling. You're even rebelling against your own fears. And you're getting more committed, yes, to yourself, to your goals, to your vision. And if you're having doubts about a certain commitment because of fear of failing, of being betrayed, of what happened in past experiences, this fear is also going away. And yes, you're going to get more committed, if that was your question. And I'm saying yes because this card here, the Angel Rasbar, is a card that says yes. If you are wishing for something, or you have a specific wish that you're thinking of, right, this is the card that says yes. This is a big, big, big yes. Your wish is being granted. You're getting what you want. And if it's love that you're thinking about, yes, the answer is yes. Good news. Now, with relief and repair, the card is really what it says. So you're healing your fears. You're healing this feeling of getting stuck in a situation. You're healing all these limiting and fearful thoughts. You're healing them. You're breaking free from them. And the thing is, you are starting to get more empowered. And the thing is, because you also, this is interesting, because what's coming to me now is like to tell you that you matter, you are important to the universe, you are important to the world. And it's like getting the feeling is also that you have a bigger part to play than what you think, that what you do, it's a lot more important than what you believe. And also, like, you are being protected and everything will go smoothly. You can break with tradition. You can start living your own life. You will be protected, and you'll even be inspiring other people to do the same, to follow your path. But because these videos usually go around the world, always be mindful of your cultural setting. There are certain communities that can react quite aggressively to changes. So put yourself in a safe place first, do it wisely in a clever way. This is very important to tell you out there because, like I said, this is the pile of the rebels here. You will defy status quo. You will be able to break free from tradition and start something new for yourself. And like I said, maybe inspiring other people to do the same, to follow their own path. And one of the things also that is very important here, especially here again with relief and repair, is that this wish of breaking free, this wish of starting something new, going places, and this can fill you up with an energy that sometimes is very difficult to channel, and it can become aggression. That's why the card is also red, and can become aggression, and it can start working against you. Like you start reacting in a more violent way that you were expecting, or what is good for you. So the card is also telling you to soften your heart. Trust, know that you're protected, know that your steps will be successful, and soften your heart. And here the angel Asparja tells you to go into silence. And I also have the feeling here silence is golden, especially in your case. Instead of crying out loud and rebellion and revolution, do it in a silent way, and just wait it out. I'm thinking here of specific situations where it can be dangerous or it will put you in a very uncomfortable situations. So wait it out until the time is ripe, but do your thing, plan it, or go your way, but quietly. And if you start to feeling that rage, meditate, in the sense, just sit in silence. Just sit in your own silence. Of course, thoughts will come, thoughts always come, but just sit in silence. And you'll then calm down, listen to your breath, and you start calming down. Because there's a lot of energy here. And this energy, like I said, can start working against you. Because energy is not good, it's not bad, it's just energy. So in order to be able to channel it in a positive way, you'll have to calm down and sit in silence until it turns like a more quiet and a more workable energy for you. Yeah, but this is major. So you're changing your life, you're changing your surroundings, and you're losing your fear of life. It's really wonderful. And for instance, if you have been afraid of driving or riding a bicycle or whatever, you will lose this fear. You will heal this fear by doing stuff, by going forward, by defying yourself as well, defying your fears. And every step will bring you closer to this trust, to the divine, and to this innocence as well. Yeah, so this trust and this childlike attitude and happiness and joy is this coming back to your life, because this is who you are. You're really you're fun. You're really fun and sweet. Yeah, and courageous as well. So this is actually just so beautiful. And I forgot to do this for pile number 1, and I hope they don't kill me afterwards. I hope not. I have things to do. But I just was reminded of this now for you, because this card here comes from the Rumi Oracle from Alana Fairchild. And I really like the book. And there's each card comes with a poem. And I'd like to read this for you, if you don't mind. So, the Angel Ratspar. Can you read it? Yeah. So, tell me the truth, I asked love. What are you? I am the everlasting life, love said. I am the recurring joy of living. And again, this is who you are, the recurring joy of living. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it inspires you. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading with the clear crystal. And we'll put in here. So we're starting with the tarot cards. I also have oracle cards, and they'll come later. So here we go. Ace of Earth. That's the Ace of Pentacles. The 10 of Water. The Messenger of Water. So this is the Knight of Cups. And the Ace of Fire. Now, the first question that we get here is like, they're so wonderful cards. What is there to be healed? Let's find out. Now, we have the Ace of Earth, the Ace of Fire, so the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. And these are cards of new beginnings, as you probably know. These are cards of new beginnings, beginning of something of value. So something like, let's say, materialistic, something in the 3D world, be it wealth, be it a job, be it a project, something that you can grab with your hands, so to say, right? Something pragmatic. And then we have the Ace of Fire. So this new passion, this new desire of doing something of adventure, of going to life, having, again, something of value, right? So you have here a very strong new beginning in your life. And it's a very positive one. We have then the Two of Cups, the 2 cards here, but Two of Cups goes along with what I wanted to say. So there are no coincidences. So because this could be also a new relationship. That's why the Two of Cups can be that not only there's wealth coming into your life, there's well-being coming into your life here with 10 of Water. There's happiness, there's serenity, there's contentment, there's, being okay with life and everything. And that's then the Messenger of Water. This is the Knight of Cups. And bringing you also the possibility of a relationship, of a new love, or the deepening of a love as well, right? But this but is not, not an evil one. It's like this Messenger of Water could be also saying to fall in love with yourself. It doesn't have to be someone exterior to you, external. Can be yourself, falling in love with yourself. Now, the question is, what is there to heal? What is the message? If everything is so wonderful. Well, the feeling I get with these cards is actually being open to these things. Are you really open to? Because it's like you're being showered with blessings, one blessing after the other. It's like you're being showered. It's like, if you're not seeing it yet in your life, it will come really soon. And it's like, it's already on hold. It's like they're waiting for you to align with it, for it to come to you. But again, if it's waiting for you to align, it's because you're not aligned. And so that's what I get here with the Messenger of Water, with like falling in love with yourself. I have the feeling here is not feeling worthy of all this bounty, of all this plenty, of all this. Sorry, I just got interrupted there, but let's start again. So where was I? Exactly. So this thing was, are you open to receive all this joy, all this love, all this bounty that's coming your way? You know, are you really open to receive it? And I find it interesting here with this messenger. It's like she's listening to this little horsey here, but it's like not really believing. It's like, what? That's how I'm seeing it, right? It's paying attention, but it's not really believing. And that's the feeling that I'm getting. So I'm seeing it now through the eyes of this feeling, through this filter. Not really believing that you're worthy of all this plenty. And I think this is the main feeling here. And it's also like this wish of having a new beginning, a wish of leaving the past behind you. It's like you want to, or you're feeling that you're entering a new cycle where you will be more aligned with who you are. There will be a lot more of well-being and self-care and happiness and being with the right people. It's like you really want this new life, but like I said earlier, it's not really believing that it's possible. But let's see what the oracle cards have to say about this. Okay, so we have here first, what do you feel? Number 9. Then we have 42, Goddess Hecate and Mika, Crossroad of Destiny, Crystal Goddesses 888. And then we have number 25, Beyond the Threshold of Fear. And then we have Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Yes, so this is actually confirming what I was saying. Let's go back a little bit. So this is a new beginning. So the 10 is also a number of completion. So there's a cycle being completed. It's like you already know your surroundings, put it that way. So you're really familiar with your life. It's like you've completed every task. You feel very comfortable with where you're at. You feel very at ease. Everything is easy. Everything is familiar, kind of thing, right? And this is the beginning of a new cycle. But it's also because when it's new, it's also the unknown. Because what I'm getting here as well with the 10 of water is with this Buddha, is you're very, very comfortable, very cozy, and it's like you're in your nest kind of thing. And then if you're called to adventure, because this I think now this is your soul calling you to adventure, you know, and not really willing to at the same time, because it's the unknown. You want to, because look, it's the Ace of Fire and promises so much adventure and riches, and it's calling you, being called by your soul. Come, let's go to adventure. Let's discover new things. Let's, you know, be in new dangers and win the prizes. But you're very comfortable. You got started to get afraid of the unknown, which is understandable. And this is made stronger here with the crossroad of destiny. And the thing is it is your destiny to change your life at this time. And it's not something that is dramatic or horrible or difficult. This is something that is the cycle of life. Everything goes in cycles. And when you passed a certain test and you've reached a certain level, then the next one comes, right? So as the cards are also telling you, like, beyond the threshold of fear, there's no need to be afraid. There's no need to be afraid. There's only to trust. And it's interesting because all 3 piles, the main theme is trust. Yeah, which is okay. But, and here is, I would say, like, first with this card is one of the steps in order to get you out of your comfort zone, to get, to get into that trust that life only wants the best for you, that the universe will be there for you every step of the way, watching you thrive, watching you, make your mistakes and laugh about it and continue. And the universe, is there, but with joy in its eyes, watching you and catching you if you fall. It's okay, but you're creating, when you're doing things, when you go out there, you create a new reality for yourself and for all others around you. So you are doing something for the soul of the world, and the soul of the world expands and becomes richer and bigger and more beautiful. And the thing is, to get there is really asking yourself the question, what do you feel? What do you really feel? What do you want? And I find it interesting that she has an orange and an apple. And again, you cannot compare oranges to apples. So meaning that, or oranges with apples, yeah. So you have your own path. You have your own truth. Now is to ask yourself, what is it? What is your truth? And it could be that you're surrounded by people that like you to stay where you are, to stay put, to, then because you're then predictable, you're comfortable, and, you don't get yourself into trouble. They always know what to expect of you. And of course, they will encourage you to continue on that path. And it's not because they do it out of bad faith. It's because they also like to have it comfortable. You're then part of their comfort zone as well. But again, the main thing is, what do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? This is the most important thing. What you feel. And actually, according to the cards that we saw earlier, what you're feeling is the end of a phase and the beginning of the new one, right? And this is a big, big change in life, and you have to make a decision, and the decision doesn't have to be like a big decision. It can be just baby steps, changing one little thing here, a little thing there. Just because it's the crossroads of destiny, it doesn't have to be that tomorrow I'm going to the Himalaya and live in a cave. That's not exactly it, right? Well, if you want to do it, it's up to you. But you can make small changes. You can go your own rhythm, because also here with the threshold of fear is also, fear can be very debilitating, can keep you from doing things, but you can tricks it. You can go around this fear, or you can work with fear. If you cannot make a big leap, then you take a small step, and you start feeling more and more comfortable as the path goes on. But the thing is, you have to go this path. You have to start this thing, because again, your soul is calling you. You're really being called to start a new cycle in your life. And you see here, this person here is going through the darkness in this cave, but it's going. It's scary. It looks like ghostly and eerie, but goes really carefully, slowly, but it's going towards the light. It's going towards its destiny. It has to move, no matter how slow. It has to move towards it. And of course, it's scary because, like I said earlier, it's leaving the past behind. But there's a new opportunity in your life now. And all these choices, all these new steps, let them come from your heart. Again, what do you feel? Really feel it from the heart. What steps should come next? What do you want to do? Because there's no script. And that's one of the most beautiful things in life. Your path is not scripted. Not really. So you make it as you go along. So what you feel truly from your heart will be your compass, will tell you where to go, what to do, and will inspire you along the way. And as long as you stay true to that, you won't go astray, and you'll find also your own rhythm, what is good for you. And this, this will change your relationship to fear as well. You won't see it more as inhibiting, you'll see it as a good friend, a good advisor, and also an inspiration, because then you have something that, will challenge you, another limitation or another difficulty, and it will always challenge you. But remember, these challenges are never too much. You're always given what you can deal with, right? And this chemistry for me is this passion for life. And I think this is what you're feeling deep within. You're feeling this passion within, and this wish of starting something new and going towards a new project, a new vision, a new country. I'm getting, even for you. Some of you may be moving to a new country, or you thinking about it, leaving everything behind, everything you know. And of course it's scary, but you feel that it's right, so you can take baby steps, you can, prepare things, but this fire is burning. Something is really pulling you towards it, right? Okay, like I said, it could be a job, it could be a project, it could be a new passion, it could be a country, culture, anything. You just want to go out and do it. Your heart is calling you, your soul is calling you. And of course, at first here as well, as it feels uncertain, but it's also exciting. And you have to see it as a game. Go back to this childlike curiosity about life, and just try it out and see how it works. Because you will be taken care of. Yeah. And this is also a time that you need reassurance, because there's a lot of fear in taking such a great leap of faith. But do it, get people around you, people that really believe in your vision, around you, and that believe in you as well. And get this reassurance, or pick a card readings that give you strength and inspiration. Yes, there's a big change coming in, and you're afraid to leap, but you will. I can see it. You will, because it's calling you so strongly. So strongly. And you're going to be very successful, and it's going to bring you blessings that you're not expecting, that you cannot foresee right now. It's going to bring you abundance, it's going to bring you love, it's going to bring new friends, it's going to bring you new experiences. You'll be very, very rich, when it comes to experiences and love. Money could be, but I'm not guaranteeing that. But you won't be lacking money. Okay. Pile number 3. This was your reading. I hope it inspires you. I hope that it resonates with you, and I wish you all the best and a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. Before I forget, I'd like to share this with you. This is from the book Rumi Oracle. It's from this card, and it's from Alana Fairchild. And it has the Rumi poems for each card. And I'd like to read the poem for your card. Just give me a second. There you go. That's not it. It's number 3. It's here. Sorry for that. There you go. So 25, Beyond the Threshold of Fear. I hope you can read it. Enter the lion's jungle. Don't think about getting hurt. Fearful thoughts are phantoms of the mind. No one is harmed in this jungle. Everything is compassion and love. It is your fear holding you back, like a bar behind a door. So again, thank you, and have a wonderful time full of love. And because I forgot it earlier, this is the poem for pile number 1, and it's from the Rumi Oracle from Alana Fairchild, and each card has a poem from Rumi. Okay, So this was the all-encompassing hand. I hope you can read it. Let's see. You are the essence of my existence. Who am I? A mirror in your hand. Whatever you do, I will do. I am your irresistible reflection. With every breath, I feel my heart is beating with yours. In your joy, I am exuberant. I am sadness. In your sadness, I am in sorrow. If you are bitter, I become bitter. If you are grace, I become grace. My joy is when I am bewildered in your beauty and taste the sweetness of love on your lips. If I pick a rose without you, it becomes a thorn in my hand. If I am the thorn, I become the rose in your hand. So, pile number 1, sorry for having forgotten this at first, but I hope you were able to see this. So, thank you.